It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. And I feel fine.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you something outside of your reality. Imagine yourself standing before a door. It is an abnormal, yet appealing door. You unlock this door with a key of imagination. Beyond this door, you find yourself in another realm. A realm of horror, adventure, and fantasy. A realm not limited to the laws of sights and sounds. A realm that goes beyond what you can understand and what you cannot. To those with the courage to pass through the door, welcome. You have now entered the realm of the Geek Zone. Please stand by.
Happy Hanukkah, everyone, and welcome to the Geek Zone. I'm your temporary host, Jake.
Hanukkah, also known as the Festival of Lights, is an 8-day Jewish holiday commemorating the rededication of the Holy Temple, aka the Second Temple, in Jerusalem at the time of the Maccabean Revolt of the 2nd century. Hanukkah is observed for 8 days and nights, starting on the 25th day of, I know I'm gonna screw this up, Kislev, according to the Hebrew calendar, which may occur at any time from late November to late December in the Gregorian calendar, which, by the way, is the same calendar that we use here in the US.
So hold on to your dreidels, boys and girls, because we're reviewing Magic the Gathering.
Magic the Gathering, also known as Magic, is the first collectible card game created by Richard Garfield and introduced in 1993 by Wizards of the Coast. Magic continues to thrive with approximately 12 million players as of 2011. Magic can be played by 2 or more players, each using a deck of printed cards or a deck of virtual cards through the internet-based Magic the Gathering Online or third-party programs. Each game represents a battle between mighty wizards known as Planeswalkers, who employ spells, items, and creatures depicted on individual Magic cards to defeat their opponents. Although the original concept of the game drew heavily from traditional fantasy role-playing games such as Dungeons & Dragons, the gameplay of Magic bears little similarity to pencil and paper adventure games, while having substantially more cards and more complex rules than many other card games. An organized tournament system and a community of professional Magic players have developed, as has a secondary market for Magic cards. Magic cards can be valuable due to their rarity and utility in gameplay. But as the old question goes, is it any count? Well, let's dive into this mystical nerd pool and see where it bottoms out. Chicka chicka whoop whoop! The flow of game is dependent on your analytical and reaction skill level. As you can see in the video where pros are playing, a turn can take only 3 to 5 seconds depending. Whereas for me and my sister, who are nothing but noobs, we take more time than a dial-up computer while you're trying to watch a video of a Victoria's Secret fashion show.
Give me the boobies!
On average, we take anywhere from 1 to 3 minutes. So averaging out the pro and noob time, turns can take anywhere in the ballpark of a half to 1.5 minutes. Thus, flow of game gets a 5 out of 5. The game time is relatively short, but that can change depending on the skill level of the players involved. On average, the game takes around 25 to 30 minutes or less, which is wonderful. To put it in perspective, it is as awesome as someone making a remix of the US 2012 debates.
Double down on the bass. Double down on the bass.
Talk about the challenges.
But you have to have a plan.
Step up.
But you have to have a plan.
Game time gets a 5 out of 5. The graphics in this game are epic, and is what you would expect from the world's #1 card game. The only complaint I would have is it's a little too dark and shadowy. For people like my sister, this is a good thing, and they would give it a 4.5 out of 5. But for people like me who prefer things in the light instead of the dark, I would give it a 3.5 out of 5. So graphics gets a 4 out of 5. To say the pick up and play factor is great is like saying, no sweetheart, those jeans don't make your butt look big. Something that is annoying is learning the game, as the instruction sheet is not very helpful. The only way I learned it was I was lucky enough to find a set of videos on YouTube, and even then I had to watch several times to grasp it. If that was all there was, I would give it a 2 out of 5. But then if you have to teach someone else, like I did my sister in order to test this game, that drops it to a 1.5 out of 5. So averaging it, pick up and play factor gets a 1.8 out of 5. The want to play factor is hard to judge for this game as it is a personal choice. Kinda like whether or not it's a good idea to perform a Skyrim Fusro Da while in church.
In their tongue, he's Dovahkiin, Dragonborn.
Where I prefer Yu-Gi-Oh!, someone else, and by that I mean a lot of people, really like Magic. So I am going to rate it as I see it personally. And that would be a 3.2 out of 5.
Now let's tally up the score.
Flow of game, 5 out of 5, A++. Game time, 5 out of 5, A++. Graphics, 4 out of 5, B-. Pick up and play factor, 1.8 out of 5, F-. Wanna play factor, 3.2 out of 5, D-. Total, 19 out of 25, giving Magic the Gathering a 76%. Congrats, Magic, you get a grade of C+. Now, would I recommend this? I would have to say no. This game is like Mac versus Windows. Magic did it first, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Did it better. So if you want to play a card game, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the better choice. I know some would argue Pokemon is the best, but I have yet to play that game, so I don't have an opinion, as of yet. Well, that does it for this episode. If you'll excuse me, there's this talking puppet that keeps telling me that his creator was eaten by a giant whale named Monstro and we have to go save him. So, later.
We now return you to your normal broadcast. Thank you.
Ring, 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 banana phone. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding, banana phone. It grows in bunches, I've got my hunches. It's the best, beats the rest. Cellular, modular, interactive, modular. Ring, 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 banana phone.